Welcome back to the observation. It's so good to be back. It's been a little bit since I last posted a piece of content. The last time I posted anything was when I posted the Lekker Feeling video back in July, which was 7 months ago. But it's been really nice to take time to reset and to be intentional with what I'm doing with my time. And I'm really happy to be creating again and happy to be hanging out with you all again. So for the agenda of this podcast, I'm going to do some reflections on the first 2 seasons and give some tips to creators, give some updates on what I've been working on, and then share my cool to flow model and what the new show is going to look like, and then some things I'm excited for and more. First of all, I really want to shout out our first season. The observation launched in the beginning of a bear market. It was tough with Cash App as the title sponsor, and they were the best sponsors ever, and that is not by any stretch of hyperbole. We put out 72 episodes in under a year, and 25% of our audience was female. And that was the first show to ever pull that in this industry, and I'm very proud of that. So all that said, you know that if you're gonna buy Bitcoin, use Cash App. I have a lot of thank yous to the Cash App team. I want to thank Naveed, Kelsey, Isabella, Maria, Cecilia, and the entire Cash App squad. I love you all dearly. So what did I learn in the first seasons of the observation? Such a good question. It's so nice to reflect and think about it. And so my tips for fellow creators are, as with all things in life, people will have lots of opinions about what your show should be because they have lots of opinion about who they think you are, but only you know who you are, and only you know what content you will enjoy making. You just need to make what you enjoy. I think if you've been following me on Twitter for a while, you know that I like to discuss a wide array of topics. So I will talk about Bitcoin and crypto, but I never wanted to be just a full Bitcoin podcast, and I still feel that way. I talk about the Eagles, I talk about Taylor Swift, I talk about crisis PR, things that go totally wrong. I do a lot of meme posting. I like to discuss a large array of topics, and it's just more fun for me to do that. So that's what I'm going to be doing on my channel, and it's sort of what I was doing before anyway, but I just want to reiterate that. I'm really excited to be posting on X. Before, the capabilities didn't really exist for long form content on X, so we were mostly posting to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify Podcasts. We will still be posting there, but now we can post straight to X, which is where my largest following is anyway, so that kind of makes the most sense. My last piece of advice or tips is to embrace the cringe, because as a content creator, the cringe will come. You must accept the cringe. So what have I been working on? For the past 2 years, I've been at Trust Machines as the communications advisor. I'm not sure if everyone knows that. Are working on products like Leather Wallet, you may have heard of. It is a Web3 Bitcoin non-custodial wallet. We also have Orange Domains, LN Swap, Console. So if you are interested in building on Bitcoin, check out Trust Machines. They're not ads, by the way. I'm just letting people know what I work on when I'm not doing the observation. I'm also an advisor at Lolly. Most people probably know me from Lolly because that's kind of when my Twitter blew up, back when I was at Lolly, and I still am at Lolly. Lolly is a Bitcoin rewards company that allows you to earn free Bitcoin when you shop online. Thousands of merchants. Go check out Lolly if you haven't. And I've also been advising on a comm side for PubKey. PubKey is in the West Village where I live in New York, and it is a Bitcoin bar. It's super fun. It's basically like a Steelers or Eagles or, Bears bar, because they have those designated bars in New York City. Obviously, if you're not a Bitcoiner, you're still allowed in. Like, they don't discriminate, but I'm just saying it's sort of like that, where there's large themes of Bitcoin in the bar. Anyway, that said, we have been doing, me and the owners, Thomas, and then a lot of the staff, Jerk and Drew, have been doing a podcast of just like drunk grumblings. It's called Hit Send. And we do like drunk grumblings on cultural topics, and we do it live from the bar with a few drinks every week, and it's such a fun show to watch. So go check that out if you haven't. Subscribe to Hit Send. Speaking of things I'm working on, I created a theory. It is the cool to flow model, or it is the cool decider. This kind of came up because I was having a conversation about what is cool. Then I looked up from ChatGPT what cool is defined as, and it's defined as being fashionable, confident, in control. Coolness often comes with the aura of effortlessness, which I think is really key, because for me, when I see someone, it's mostly based on an immeasurable, unquantifiable metric. Like, it's just this thing that they have, this X factor. So I created a chart. I put it on Twitter. People got pissed, as usual, because that's the internet, about some of the rankings. Some people really agreed. And so because of effort in being cool, I put that as the y-axis of trying to not trying. So is someone effortlessly cool, they don't care, and they just naturally are, or do they put effort in? You can still be cool with effort. It's just a different category. So if you look at this chart that I created, on the cool and not trying, you could probably call these people the coolest. It's like Rihanna, Rick Rubin, Steve McQueen, Lenny Kravitz, Mikey February, Joni Mitchell, JFK, Anthony Bourdain, Jack Nicholson, Kate Moss, Ben... that's Brad Pitt. Clint Eastwood, Obama, McConaughey. McConaughey's voice just oozes cool. Like, that guy was just born cool. And he can't help it. That's just his voice. So they're in the cool not trying category. I also put in Amanda Jerf and a monk because I really stand by those things. In the not trying, not cool areas where people got pissed because I put Adam Sandler there. And I want to make it very clear in my key findings, in my conclusions, it's not that Adam Sandler isn't cool in my book. He just doesn't exude cool. He just is himself. And everyone in the not trying section is actually the most likable on both sides of the cool spectrum. Mr. Beast isn't the coolest guy. He's not cool. Jason Kelce, people were pissed about this. Jason Kelce doesn't exude sex. And believe me, like, I was at the Eagles parade when he was in the mummer's outfit and he was like screaming. And he's cool in that sense, but he's not cool in the definition of cool. He's likable and he's popular. Taylor Swift, I am the biggest Taylor Swift fan, and I don't want Swifties coming for me, but she's not inherently cool. And she doesn't try to be. She doesn't care. She has all the money in the world and she doesn't care about being cool. She could hire a stylist. She doesn't do it. She enjoys being who she is. If you aspire to be yourself, then you can get into the cool zone. If you try to aim for top left, you'll never get there. You can just try to be yourself and accidentally fall in the top left, or be yourself and just be not cool and not trying, which is honestly really cool. People also got pissed that Jesus was in the not cool, not trying, but Jesus didn't care about being cool. He wasn't trying to be cool, and he wasn't very cool in his lifetime. He had like some 12 disciples. Cool, again, is like this effortlessness vibe. I would say he's probably confident. I don't know if we would put Jesus in cool, and I hope I'm not going to hell for that. Gosh. So then if we go to bottom left, we have people who try to be cool. Biggest offender, Austin Butler. The man, I'm so sorry I have to do this to you, that Elvis voice, he's been trying to be cool, and he's kind of cool, but he's trying really, really hard to be there. And so other people who are trying to be cool, Drake, Beyonce, I love Beyonce, but she does try. Kim Kardashian, other offenders are like, dime square junkies who wear these outfits to just really stand out, but in a painful way. That's on that side. And then if you move over to the not cool trying, maybe the worst category, but also this is actually kind of what inspired the entire conversation, was talking about surfer bros who are just authentically a surf bum, and the tech bros who try to buy the highest end surf suit, wetsuit, all these things. There's like a lot of tech people who try to buy their cool. This category is people who try to buy their cool. That is why Zuckerberg is in that category, Bezos is in that category, a magician, Ellen DeGeneres, tech VCs, your parents, Hillary Clinton, and the Jonas Brothers. I think I ate with this entire thing. I don't know about you. I think it's, you now in your mind, think about it when you think about someone, and you can go, oh yeah, cool not trying, not cool not trying, cool trying, or not cool trying. And it honestly, it'll help you a lot. And again, conclusions, don't confuse coolness for popularity nor likability. It is not the same. Not trying categories are the most likable. Not cool and trying equals wealthy people aiming to buy their cool. Upper right quadrant is the most aspirational. If you aim there to just be yourself and to be authentic, you could enter top left. We discussed that. If you aspire to be top left, you will never be top left. There are people who are true neutrals. Some people just absolutely don't rank. That's probably most people honestly. It just isn't a rankable thing. People who are characters usually rank. And then back to the Taylor Swift thing, one more comment. Taylor Swift being not cool and not threatening to her female fan base is what makes her so popular. If you actually look at the not trying, not cool side, a lot of these people have massive cults. Jesus, Mr. Beast, Taylor Swift, Vitalik. People are mad at me for the Chris Farley thing. I love him, one of my favorite comedians. Doesn't ooze cool. Okay, we've gotten through it. We get it. We understand the cool to flow model. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Okay, so I've realized that I've never talked about Lekker Feeling on the Observation because it was the last piece of content that we put on the Observation YouTube channel. So since I last posted an episode, my team and I released Lekker Feeling, which is a 13-minute short film on the microeconomy that exists in Mossel Bay, South Africa, where a group called Bitcoin Advce is looking to teach kids how to surf as well as about money and take them out of their township, which is sort of riddled with drugs and gang violence, and bring them into something productive, get them earning Bitcoin, and set up shops within the Advce, which is like the township, to allow them to spend their Bitcoin and allow everyone in the community to integrate with Bitcoin. So if you have not seen the full video, I have it pinned to the top of my profile. Go check it out, go give it a watch. It was actually this time last year that I was visiting South Africa for the first time. And it was such a treat because I was actually flying from Paris to South Africa just to visit because I had a friend living down there and I had no idea really what to do. I'd heard of Bitcoin Advce through a friend on Noster who said, like, you should go check this out. I was connected through to Herman Vivier. I hope I'm saying Herman's last name right. And came out, had just one camera, 2 days that we shot this entire film. We covered a lot in 13 minutes. And yeah, I kind of realized immediately once we shot it that I was kind of thinking maybe this could be a vlog for the Observation, but I really, after looking at the footage and everything we got there and just talking with the kids and talking with the coaches, that this film was really a short film. Out of any of the content I've produced in the past year, this is what I am most proud of. And this film is the hard work of Alex, Elena, Maddie, and Josh, and everyone who worked on it. They just put so much love and care into it, and volunteer work and like sweat and tears. And I really enjoyed writing the script for this. We were able to raise $80,000 worth of Bitcoin in the bear market to renovate the surf center so that these kids could have a safe and inspiring place to exist outside the township. And those renovations are happening. They're maybe fully complete now. They're pretty close to being fully complete. And the amazing thing about this is that if you now that Bitcoin's back to being $1 trillion asset, yet again, the last time that we did publish the Lekker Feeling video, we had a full premiere in New York City for it, and put it out there. One Bitcoin was worth $23,000 and now it's 3 times that amount. So I think I could potentially do a whole show on why doing fundraisers during a bear is so important, how much value you can bring in, because they were actually very frugal and very efficient with how they spent the funds. So they have a lot of that money left over still from the renovations in their treasury. So this really worked out. I love doing this fundraiser because it was actually the exact use case for Bitcoin itself, a peer-to-peer permissionless payment network, and it was everyone from all around the world sending funds to the Bitcoin addresses. We think we did Lightning Bitcoin and a stablecoin address. There was no third party, no intermediaries. I didn't touch anything. I didn't custody anything. We just put the video out there and the world was able to step up and help. And so I want to, thank you to everyone who watched, everyone who donated to help on this renovation, and thank you to Bitcoin Advce for allowing me and the team to come in and film, because that was just so welcoming and kind, and they didn't have to do that, and they didn't know us. And thank you to everyone who spent 30 minutes to watch, share, and like it. It means so much. We're now in a film festival. We've been entered into a film festival. I didn't put myself into it. I found out we were in it. It's the Bitcoin Film Festival. It's in Warsaw, Poland, and we're nominated for a few awards in the shorts category. So I'll be traveling to Warsaw, Poland around the time of the Bitcoin halving. For my friends not in the Bitcoin space, that's when Bitcoin's mining reward is reduced in half. It happens every 4 years or every 210,000 blocks. We have parties for that in the Bitcoin space. I feel like I gotta explain to the normies, I don't like that term, to people who are not in Bitcoin. So they're not like, what is she talking about? I have a lot of those listeners. Okay, what else? I finally got a new apartment. Perfect things do come to you. I wanted to close the loop on this because last time we chatted, I did a full video about how impossible it is to find an apartment in New York. I found one. Thank God I found one. I was looking everywhere in the middle of summer. It is just the most chaotic time to be looking for a new apartment, and I didn't go see this one apartment, and the realtor had an application that fell through, and he called me and he said, hey, did you come see this apartment? And I looked at the link, looked at the pictures, everything that I had written down in my manifestation of an apartment, because people told me to do this, write down everything you wanted, was in the apartment. 9 windows, a fireplace, everything. And so I went, put an application in. Oh, also it has a rooftop. It has a rooftop, it has a garden. It is beautiful. It is, I'm right now I'm like ready to redo, you know, all the gardening on the roof. It's truly stunning. So really excited for the summer months and for hosting and having dinners out there. Sort of like a midsummer vibe. I do want to know that I am homed now. So wanted to close the loop on this. Okay, what is the new season gonna look like? I'm gonna answer by quoting Rick Rubin because, you know, he's in that cool chart. So all that matters is that you're making something you love to the best of your ability here and now. He also has another quote that I really like. I'm a big quote person, which is keep experimenting. You never know when you're gonna do your best work. I am an artist through and through. I do work in corporate America. I work for companies. I do have a level of professionalism, but I am an artist through and through. And I want to treat the observation as a collective of observations and treat it as an art piece, as an artwork. Each show is going to be about 20 minutes, solo episodes on subjects or ideas that I want to observe. Occasionally I will interview people. I'm not binding myself to any artistic constraints. Maybe you'll also get some vlogs. I will pin each episode to my Twitter, to my X, and it will also be back on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Regarding sponsorships, people might be wondering, is the show currently sponsored? There is no title sponsor and there is no sponsors at all. I'm not focused on that. It's not what I'm focused on. I'm focused on creating right now. But down the line, I'm open to it. If you do want to work with me, you can email theobservation@gmail.com and I will get back to you, or Aspen will get back to you. And then quickly, a few things I'm excited about this year and conferences I'll be at. I will be at NFT NYC. I'm doing a panel on the Bitcoin halving with SheFi, Gemini, and Cash App on April 10th. I will link it. I do think it's pretty full, but you can join the waitlist. Going to Paris Blockchain, Bitcoin Asia, Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville. And then some things that I'm just excited at overall. Obviously the halving. Taylor Swift's new album is out on April 19th, Tortured Poets Department, very excited for that. Bitcoin Layers, Ordinals, Runes, Quantum Cats, and Taproot Wizards. Noster, Springtime in New York City, it's euphoric. Color Theory, I just got my color analysis. I am a I'm a soft autumn with soft summer compliments. You should get it done. It truly is life-changing. We can delve into that more in a different podcast. Casey Musgrave's new album, I really like it. Buying real estate in 2024. Potentially getting a bob. Don't come for me. I really just think it would look good, and I think it would be cool. It'd be just a different change. At the Summer Olympics, because there is surfing in the Olympics this year. Surfing at Chopu, redoing my style. I just did another closet purge, going super minimal. I want to own nothing. And heading to Warsaw for my first film festival as a filmmaker. So if you do have recommendations for where I should stay, what to do in Warsaw, leave a comment below. And yeah, thanks for tuning in my first podcast in a very long time. A little rusty, but yeah. If you do want to share this podcast with a friend or someone, share, recommend. And thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back next week.